This podcast is for the ones who know they were rescued, but also know they were resent, saved by grace, sent to live different. We're not rebelling against God, we're rebelling against everything that keeps us from Him. We'll talk faith, identity, purpose, leadership, and what it really looks like to follow Jesus in a loud world. Welcome to the Daily Rebel. Welcome back, Daily Rebel, episode 4. We're diving into the book of James, and we're at verse 4. If you've ever heard that phrase before, trust the process. Well, that's what I want to talk about. We don't want to short circuit the process that God is working on us. And so James chapter 1, verse 4, dive in, look at your Bibles, get your notebooks out, and let the endurance have its full effect so that you may be mature, complete, lacking nothing. Let endurance do the work. See, James doesn't say endurance will eventually do its thing. He says, let endurance have its full effect. That means endurance can be interrupted. Endurance has an assignment. It has a purpose. It has a destination, but it only works if, what does he say? If you let it. And we are stubborn, broken, arrogant, ignorant human beings. The phrase that full effect, it means to bring something to completion, to finish what was started, to carry something to its intended end. So James, he's telling us, again, the half-brother of Jesus, the servant, God doesn't waste pain, but pain can be wasted if you quit early. Hold up. God doesn't waste pain, but pain can be wasted if you quit early. The goal is not survival, y'all. The goal is maturity. So let me give y'all 3 points. Number 1, endurance requires permission. God does choose us, man. He calls us, he saves us, but we have free will. And he starts with the word let. That means endurance is allowed. You can resist the process, you can rush the process, you can quit the process, or you can trust it. Endurance only works when you give it space to move. And most of us pray, and I'm very guilty of this, God, remove it. James teaches us to pray, God, refine me through this. Again, we don't want to go through, we want to grow through. Redeemed rebels, man, we don't fight the process, bro. We submit to it because God does his deepest work in seasons you didn't choose. Number 2, maturity is built. It's not given. James says the result of endurance is maturity. Maturity doesn't come from information. It comes from formation. Hear that? It doesn't just come from information. Again, from episode 1, it's not just theory. It comes from testing. You don't mature by knowing more. You mature when you actually walk through more with the living God at your side. Trials, again, they train your reflexes, man. Pressure reveals priorities, and endurance forms our character. But I want you to hear this: shortcuts stunt our growth. When Jesus was in the wilderness in Matthew chapter 4, Luke chapter 4, is that Satan wanted him to use his sonship as a way to turn those stones into bread, to make a killing in ministry and have all this ambition. But it would have been a shortcut. But here's the deal. If God pulls us out too soon, if we leave too soon, we arrive incomplete. Which brings me to number 3. Completion comes through process. James ends with this phrase, complete and lacking nothing. That doesn't mean perfect. It means fully developed. Nothing missing, nothing undeveloped, nothing underbuilt. God is not just fixing what's broken. He's building what's needed in you. So the process you want to escape is the process actually making you whole, mature. Endurance, man, it isn't punishment. It's preparation. Again, I want to say that from the get-go. Like when we go through our wildernesses, it is God using that as a workshop for our growth. So completion doesn't come by quitting. It comes by staying. So here's the rebel question for you today. Are you trying to get out of the process, or are you letting God finish his work? We don't want to rush growth. We want to let endurance do its work, even when it's slow, because it can just seem like a wilderness is lasting forever, right? But again, trials, man, you're either in one, about to go into one, or leaving one. Even when it's painful. Man, when Paul says all things work together, it's really hard to believe that all things work together until you're on the other side of all. Because all means every dumb thing you've ever done. All means things that have happened to you. All means because of the fall. But we can even try to leave even when it's uncomfortable. We need to stay in this process. And I know it's tough. I know it's hard. But we're obviously lacking something. But here's the deal. Here are those 3 points again. Endurance requires permission. You've got to let it do its work. Maturity is built. It's not just given. Wisdom is given, but we need to understand that when it comes to maturity and wisdom, the only way you get wiser and the only way you get more mature is to actually experience life and the pains it throw at us, no matter what you're going through. And completion, number 3, comes through process. Completion comes through process. Let God continue to have its work. It might hurt now. It might be painful now, but he's progressing you through this. And he's trying to conform you. This is Romans 8. Paul says he wants to conform us to the image of his son, and he does that through our suffering many, many times. Come back tomorrow for the final day, day 5 of the Daily Rebel, our final day in James chapter 1, 1 through 4.